Welcome students on online class for the subject physics for 12th standard. Today we have seen chapter number 14, dual nature of radiation and matter. In last 3 days we have seen Planck's quantum theory, then some problems on energy and wavelength. Later on, study the photoelectric effect and experiment to study the photoelectric effect, that's construction and working. Today we have seen some features about photoelectric effect. First of all, we see two terms. One is electron. About electron, we have seen chapter number 15, structure of atom and nuclei. In this chapter, firstly, the scientists Leucippus and Democritus propose a theory and propose smallest discrete particle named as atom. Later on, Dalton gives his theory, which will be popular for Dalton's theory. Later on, J.J. Thomson discover electron. After Thomson's experiment, his colleague Geiger and Marsden gives scattering of alpha particles. Later on, Rutherford gives atomic model which is same for the planetary motion, and after some limitations on Rutherford model, Niels Bohr gives atomic model, and we can study Niels Bohr of atomic model for hydrogen atom. After this hydrogen atom, we can see that velocity, radius of orbit, transition of electron from higher energy to lower energy. And so here we can study photon. This photon is proposed a theory by Planck's. So the Planck's quantum theory. In this Planck's quantum theory, light energy is radiated in the form of discrete packets. Each packets or each bundle is named as photon. So here electron and photon. Firstly, photoelectric effect was discovered by Hertz. Later on, in Hertz experiment, he proposed that when light of a suitable wavelength falls on a metal surface, then electrons are emitted, and due to emitted electron, these electrons are attracted towards the metal surface. The process of emission of electron due to light, such process is said to be, or such effect is said to be, photoelectric effect. After then, Hawley, he can also study and confirm that photoelectric effect. Such that when light of incident radiation is incident on metal surface, then in the circuit, here in this circuit, a quartz glass bulb consists of two electrodes, emitter and cathode. When light radiation or light is incident on metal surface, what happen? This metal surface can eject electron. These electrons are attracted towards the collector, so that here a deflection is produced. When deflection is produced, then we say that current is flow in circuit, and this current, when radiation of incident light will be stopped, no electrons are emitted from emitter, or no electrons is emitted from metal plate, and so that current reduced to zero. This is given by Hawley. After then, Leonard explained that whenever there is ultraviolet light rays are fall on metal surface, then electrons are ejected from metal surface. Such electrons are attracted towards the anode. Hence, there is gap between, here there is gap between two electrodes, E called as cathode, whereas C called as anode. Means anode and cathode, there is a gap. So in this gap, due to flow of electron, current starts in the circuit. However, these rays are fall on anode or attracted on anode, so that current will be flow in circuit. In this way, we can see the history, electron and photon. The scientist Millikan, he gives the ratio for charge of electron and mass of electron. This method is Millikan's oil drop method. All the scientists are studied in electron and photon. Today our topic will be dual nature of radiation of matter. In this way, we can see the photoelectric effect, that is emission of electron from a metal surface when light rays are incident on metal surface. During this, photon and electrons are collide with each other. Photons and electrons are collide with each other so that it gives photoelectrons. Means when light is incident on metal surface, photoelectrons are emitted. These metal surface like zinc, potassium, metals can be used, and in these metals, so they are ultraviolet lights and visible lights are useful. Yesterday we have seen. See that X-ray, we know that cathode ray, gamma ray, X-ray. So here X-ray shows the phenomenon of photoelectric effect for sodium, zinc and copper metal surface. This X-ray having large amount of energy as compared to visible and ultraviolet light. So here photon and electron, these photons having rest mass 0, means rest mass of photon will be 0, whereas mass of electron will be 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg. Photon will move with velocity of light in air, that is 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second, whereas electron is move, velocity of electron will be 2.17 into 10 raised to 6 meter per second. Means photon move very fast as compared to electron. Means velocity of photon is greater than velocity of electron. Here yesterday we have seen the experiment which can be studied for photoelectric effect. In this experiment, a quartz glass bulb is there, 2 electrodes are there. These 2 electrodes are metal surfaces. E will be emitter, C is collector. Between these there is gap. Across the emitter and collector, battery will be connected through rheostat with milliammeter, galvanometer or ammeter. When light rays are incident on metal surface, what happen? Metal surface consists of number of atoms. In each atom, electron are revolve around the nucleus so that electrons are ejected, and these electrons are moved towards the collector, because collector carries positive potential whereas emitter carries negative potential. So electron which having, or photoelectrons having charge negative, attracted towards collector, so that here deflection is produced. So we can say that current is flow in circuit, and such current is called as photoelectric current. That can be studied. So today we have seen some characteristics with which the experiment can study. So first of all, we have seen photoelectric effect is instantaneous process. The first characteristics will be photoelectric effect is instantaneous process. What is mean by instantaneous process? Instantaneous process. See here, there is no time lag for emission of electron and incidence of light or incidence of light radiation of light. Means there is no time lag. Means the process photoelectric effect will be quick or instant process. These characteristics is very important to remember from the experiment. Second characteristics will be seen. There is a certain minimum amount of frequency. This frequency is represented as nu zero, and the frequency of incident light is represented by nu. There is certain minimum amount of frequency such that below such a frequency no photoelectric emission is there, and above such frequency photoelectric emission is there. Means if the frequency of incident radiation is greater than frequency of a certain value frequency nu zero, then photoelectric emission is there. Photoelectric emission is there. But when frequency of incident radiation is less than certain fixed frequency, then there is no photoelectric emission or photoelectric emission is not there. Such frequency is called threshold frequency. So a definition will be asked, what is meant by threshold frequency? We can say that there is certain minimum amount of frequency with which photoelectrons are emitted when incident frequency greater than certain frequency, and photoelectrons are not emitted when incident frequency is less than certain amount of frequency. Such frequency is called as threshold frequency. Threshold frequency is different for different metal. So that if we know that nu is equal to c upon lambda, because a relation between frequency and wavelength is there, velocity equal to frequency multiplied by wavelength. This is for incident radiation of light. But for threshold frequency there is relation nu zero is equal to c upon lambda zero. If nu zero is called as threshold frequency, then lambda zero is also called as threshold wavelength. So a definition is there. What is meant by threshold wavelength? Threshold wavelength is the maximum wavelength. It is the maximum wavelength such that if maximum wavelength or certain value of wavelength will be greater than lambda, no emission is there. And if lambda 0 is less than lambda 0 is less than lambda, or the relation will be lambda is greater than lambda 0, no emission is there. But if lambda is less than lambda 0, there is photoelectric emission. So we say that if lambda is less than lambda 0, so there is photoelectric emission, means below such wavelength photoelectric emission is there. The third characteristics will be seen if frequency of incident radiation is kept constant. Frequency of incident radiation is kept constant, and accelerating potential or accelerating voltage is kept constant, means frequency and accelerating voltage V will be kept as constant. Initially the incident radiation having less intensity, for less amount of intensity few electrons are emitted. When few electrons are emitted, then few amount of photoelectric current is there, and so that for this few amount of photoelectric current we can increase the intensity of light, photoelectric current will also increase. Means photoelectric current is directly proportional to intensity of light. If we plot a graph, that is photoelectric current and intensity, so that a straight line graph is obtained which passing through origin, means photoelectric current can depends on intensity of incident light. If we see that this cathode or this collector, their potential will be replaced as negative. Negative potential is applied to collector. What happen? Electrons are not attracted towards collector, they can repelled back. So electron stops. As electron stops, this meter shows deflection, it shows deflection to 0. As potential or as photoelectrons are stopped, so we say that at that potential, that is stopping potential. So there is minimum amount of energy through which electron can move towards the or shift towards the collector. Such energy is kinetic energy. So maximum kinetic energy of electron, it will be charge of electron into stopping potential. Maximum kinetic energy will be charge into stopping potential. So that if intensity of incident radiation is kept constant and we increase the frequency, so here frequency against kinetic energy. So here straight line graph is obtained which is not passing through origin, means kinetic energy is depends on frequency. So kinetic energy will be depends on frequency of incident radiation, these characteristics are seen from the experiment.